appropriately called, You Are Welcome Here. Here we go.
You are welcome here. 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 You are welcome here.
Our arms are wide open. There's room for everyone. Wherever you're going, wherever you're from, you are home.
You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here.
Everybody's welcome.
You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here.
Whatever you've been through, you found us somehow. Wherever you are on your journey to now, you are home.
You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here.
Every day you
are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. We are welcome here. We are welcome here. We are welcome here.
We are welcome.
We are welcome
Yes,
here.
we are.
We are welcome here. We are welcome here. I am welcome here. I am welcome here. I am welcome here. I am welcome here.
I feel so welcome.
I am welcome here. I am welcome here.
All right, now here's one you do know. Shine your light with us. Sing along. Okay. All right, here we go.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Good morning, Unity of Sacramento. So good to see everyone. How you feel this morning? Wonderful, wonderful. So glad that you're here. Give our live streamers a round of applause. They're here with us as well. Let them know that their presence is felt in the room this morning. And let's hear it for our election workers that are in the other room. Let them hear it. Let them hear it. Talk about the courage to shine. Yes, yes. And as you know, speaking of our election workers, you see I'm in my election regalia this morning. We're going to make certain that everybody votes, yes? Make certain everybody votes. Hey, it was John Lewis that said that our vote, the right to vote, is precious, almost sacred. It is the most powerful nonviolent tool or instrument that we have in a democratic society, and we must use it. Amen? All right, fantastic. You know, we have a big vision here at Unity of Sacramento, and it's one that we want you to be a part of. We say, centered in God, we co-create a world of peace, prosperity, and unconditional love for all. And we also have a wonderful mission that we want you to join us in as well. We say that we empower people to be a force for good in the world by awakening their divine nature. So are you alive?
Yes.
Are you alert?
Yes.
Are you awake?
Yes.
Are you enthusiastic?
Yes.
Then come on and join me and sing along. Come on, everybody. Hey!
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Give a round of applause to the Expressions of Unity Choir. Yes, yes. You may be seated. Are you ready for a wonderful service this morning? I know you are. We have Rabbi Seth Castleman with us this morning.
Yes,
Give him a
yes.
round of applause. So happy you're here with us. He's going to bless us this morning. But before we get to him, let's get to this. Let's know that our thoughts are prayers. Together.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Be careful what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. As every thought becomes a prayer.
And so right now, in this beautiful moment, we want you to get still and know that one presence and one power that is operating in the universe and in our lives today, God the good omnipotence. Take the time right now to become still, to become centered, and to become prayerful. If you're watching at home or wherever you're watching online, we want you to place in the chat room the names of those that you would like to send prayer to. We're opening up the prayer field right now. This prayer field is powerful because you're in it. This prayer field is powerful because I'm in it. This prayer field is powerful because the energy that we bring to it has the power to heal, because it's God's power in us and through us. It has the power to bring forth healing in our relationships, healing in our homes, healing in our bodies. And it's not bound by miles nor distance. Wherever you send it, it will reach. Wherever you send it, it will reach. And so, those of you who are here this morning in our beautiful sanctuary, hold in your mind and in your thoughts and in your heart the name of those individuals that you would like to send a prayerful thought to. For we know that our thoughts are prayers. Today, let's send this loving energy to all of America as it makes a decision on who our public servants will be in the next few days. Let's send it to our beloved Dorothy and Harry, who are working through a health challenge this morning. We send this loving power and presence of prayer to the Harris family this morning as Caleb, our beloved Caleb, is recovering and growing stronger by the day. We send it to our beloved Marche this morning, knowing that Her lungs are opening and filling themselves with the precious Spirit of God, that beautiful breath, that beautiful air, that invigorating, beautiful air. Breathe deeply, beloved, and know that wherever you are, God is, and all is well. And now, whoever you have in your mind and heart, send them this loving energy. Know that they are happy. See them whole, see them healthy, see them complete, fulfilled, apart, belonging, prosperous, and any other way that is like God. See them as such, knowing that it is done in the name and the nature and the consciousness of the Christ. Thank you, God. So it is, so we are. Amen. And now let's continue in this beautiful vibration with a breathing space meditation given to us by Miss Carla Ruiz.
Good morning and welcome. Today's meditation is from the book of Breathing Space, a 52-week meditation journey for centered, soulful, and successful living, co-written by our very own Reverend Kevin Cottrell Ross and our Senior Associate Minister, Reverend Eric Ovid Donaldson. Today's reading is entitled, Radiate. The affirmation for today: I shine with purpose, and my life is my message. Feel free to repeat with me. I shine with purpose, and my life is my message. One last time together. I shine with purpose, and my life is my message. Jesus said, "You are the light of the world." Matthew 5:14. In many pictures, Jesus and other ascended sages are painted with halos and auras around their faces, their hands and bodies. It is to depict that the person has special character and has come to do something significant on earth. An aura is a certain emanating light or glow that others can see around another. It reflects the energy a person carries. It telegraphs the message held in one's heart, and it is an indicator of one's purpose on the planet. The life force that generates auras radiates from everyone. We see it in mothers that are pregnant with a child, and newborns themselves. We see it in lovers, both new and with many years together. We see it in celebrities with unique talents and leaders of many nations. Our auras become more apparent as we share what we have to contribute to the world. Auras are spiritual medals, a universal recognition from all who see you shine. As we prepare for meditation, take a deep breath in, feeling the light of God surround you and His love enfold you. Exhale, feeling relaxed and ready to receive. Take this special time to connect with your light. Feel and see your aura. Take a moment to picture someone whose aura you have seen or recognized. What purpose did they show you? What warmth did you gain from their light? Your own aura is a reflection of your life force, your purpose, God's expression of love in and through you. You are the light of the world. You are so special. Your aura radiates from you to shine for all others to see and experience. You have a purpose within you, so unique. No one else on this planet is just like you. Your special gifts, your special purpose, your special message. Expressing God's light through you is pure love in action. Take and receive the courage to shine. Exposing your aura for all to see. I shine with purpose. My life is my message. I am the light of the world. Continue to repeat those words to yourself as we enter into the silence. As we gather and return to the room, be reminded that you are divinely gifted with a life force that radiates with purpose, and your life is your message. Continue to have the courage to shine. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And don't forget to breathe. Namaste.
What a beautiful reading about love. Blessings, Carla. We want to invite everybody to sing along with us about love, one of the truest forms of light that we can exude from God, from within us. Love, be encouraged. We'll see you through. Be the first to love and fill your heart with love. Sing a song about love and never, never doubt. Be the first to love. Inspirational love is our shelter, love. For now and always, love. Before and after, love. Love, love gives you courage. It fills your heart. It's the best thing. You can't go wrong with love, 'cause it's eternal and it has no end. Stand on up for love. Full dimensional love is our shelter, love. For now and always, love. Before and after, love. Love, love. Oh, love. Oh, love. Sing love. Sing it with us, love. Come on now, love. Fill your heart with love. Sing it out now, love. Come on, you got it. Love. Ooh, ooh, love. Come on, sing love. Love, love, love. Be encouraged. We'll see you through. Be the first to love. It fills your heart with love. Be about it. Sing a song about love. Never doubt that love.
head of our AV, working back there behind the booth. Happy birthday, Tyrone. We love you so much. Awesome. I do have a quick reminder, too, before I get into the depth of the announcements. Our daycare is open for 2-year-olds to 7-year-olds. Miss Michaela is actually back there now, so just wanted everybody to know that. So, of course, as you can see, we're getting ready. Christmas is coming. We had such a fabulous group of folks here yesterday for Hands on Unity Day. They've begun decorating for our Christmas Wonderland. A giant thank you to, I have a whole list of names, so bear with me because it's important. Thank you. All right. Thanks, to, of course, to Rev E, who was manning everybody yesterday, and Deb Garcia, who makes sure we're all got things to do. Yes. Adrian and Rod Hunt, Deanna Kygar, Jazz Dexter, Arvern Lofton, Isaac Nash, Donna Mackin, David Cook, Melody McCoy, Barbara Rogers, Vicki Carlson, Shonda and Keyshawn Moore, Dr. Danielle, Lomayani, Isaiah, Malika, there we go, had to say it right, sorry, Malel, and me, of course. And we have a ball on Hands on Unity Day. We do so many things around here. Even if you're only here for an hour, we get a ton of things done. Please join us next month. We're here very first Saturday of every month, so mark your calendars. And did you notice that there was a Christmas wrap bin in the lobby this morning? We are happy again to partner with this major force for good in the world, Blessings in a Backpack. They have a Christmas giveaway on December 17th. They are specifically in need of stocking stuffers for children of all ages, gift bags, and tissue as well. Please consider donating and dropping it in the bin before December 17th. Also, they could use a few more volunteers on that day to help organize. Please see Deb Garcia for more information or contact JD at bibsac.org. Of course, that's Blessing is a Backpack. bibsac.org. Have you purchased your $15 early bird tickets for the Christmas concert yet? Yay! I can't wait. Get them now. November 9th, the day after Election Day, they're going to go up to $20. And then the day after Thanksgiving, they'll go up to $25. So get them while they're hot for $15. This year, you'll also have the convenient option of pre-purchasing your raffle tickets online as well. So get your tickets early, save a little cash, and maybe even for more raffle tickets. Our benefit concert, The Spirit of Christmas in the Key of Swing, it's December 9th, and it's going to be at 7 p.m. Feel free to come early because we'll also have our Christmas fair. Whew. You don't want to miss it. Information's on your tables and around the church. Live streamers, you'll see the information populated into the chat shortly. You can also find the event on our Facebook page. That same weekend, we're having our Christmas fair. It's going to be a 3-day Christmas fair, December 9th, 10th, and 11th, beginning the evening of the concert, and then Saturday and Sunday will be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. See Deb Garcia or Rev Eric if you'd like to be a member, or if you know of anybody who would like to be a member, you can email office@unityofsacramento.com. Very important, we are looking for a special person who's a whiz at organizing and would like to lead the Christmas fair signups. If you're the one, please see Deb or Revi. And also, we're having a telethon on December 9th from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., which will live stream on Facebook and YouTube. Be sure to tune in before you come to the concert. We are putting together a team of ambassadors for the Christmas concert now as well. Please see Deb for this as well, or email office@unityofsacramento.com. We are going to have an amazing weekend, and any and all ambassadors are welcome to volunteer. Holidays are very busy times for fundraisers, and the next one up is our C's Candy fundraiser, which begins on November 15th. Be on the lookout for information coming soon so you can start ordering your C's Candy for the holidays. All right. There are, of course, other blessings besides Christmas. You may have heard that we have a very special guest speaker today, Rabbi Seth Castleman. Welcome so much. Thank you. And just to let you know, make sure you stick around after service and hospitality for his workshop entitled Mindfulness and Loving Kindness Meditation. It's a further explanation of loving kindness as a state of mind and as a practice. The session will include short periods of guided meditation. The workshop is on a love offering basis, and we will meet in the Peace Chapel about 12:15. Can't wait. We even have something for your pets coming up. You may have heard me last week talking about it. Bring your pets to the Blessing of the Pets event on Saturday, November 19th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. right outside in our Peace Plaza. To give us an idea of how many are coming, there is a sign-up sheet in the lobby. If you're watching our live stream, you can email office@unityofsacramento.com with your name, contact information, how many pets you're bringing, pets' names, and what kind of animals they are. For safety of all, and especially your pets, please note that your pets must be on a leash or in a carrier. All right, and just a reminder that the fabulous elections crew is in our Friendship Hall, so join us in the lobby after service for the greeting line and hospitality. If you haven't already taken some time to cast your sacred votes in Friendship Hall, please feel free to do so. Lastly, our next membership meeting is in February. I know it seems a way off, but that means that the time is now to begin accepting applications for the Board of Trustees. Please, it is such an honor and a growth experience to be on the Board of Trustees. If you're a member or if you'd like to become a member, you are able to run and apply to be a Board of Trustees member. It's an amazing experience, and if you have any questions, you can ask myself, you can ask Rev E, and you can speak to any of our other board members that might be here today, and I'll be welcome to give you a lot of information. And now, here's a word from Rev Kev.
Happy Sunday, Unity of Sacramento. It's Rev Kev here, and I want to welcome you to another wonderful service here on our campus. Very grateful for all of you who are with us today, whether you're here in person or live streaming, and certainly if you're here with us for the very first time, we welcome you. We want you to really know that no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter who you love, no matter how you vote, when you're here, you're at home. You are truly in a community that love is building on Folsom Boulevard, and we welcome you here. We want you to feel free to ask questions of any of our friendly servers and volunteers who are here to ensure that you are integrated into this community in the most loving way. And so we just thank you for your presence here today. And we thank all the veterans who are here today who are keepers of this great beloved community. I'm also so very grateful for my super friends from around the country and right here locally who have said a full, wholehearted yes to supporting me as I retool and strengthen myself at Harvard Divinity School. As you know, I'm studying and growing and getting more tools so that I can return here and be an even greater force for good alongside each of you. And today I'm grateful for one of my dear brother friends who is helping us to continue this powerful lesson series that we've been engaged in. We've been looking at a series of lessons called The Courage to Shine. The Courage to Shine. Teaching and preaching about what love looks like in public. And my dear brother who is here with us is no stranger to shining and certainly no stranger to teaching and preaching about what love looks like in public. He is the director of the Exodus Project with the Society of St. Vincent DePaul, Sacramento. The Exodus Project is an interfaith program that offers one-on-one and group mentoring, interim housing, employment services, and other resources for people returning to their community from incarceration. Over the past 20 years, Rabbi Castleman has directed numerous programs and organizations transforming the lives of incarcerated men, women, and children, as well as returning citizens. Rabbi Seth's work at the intersection of spirituality and social services has also worked with hundreds of correctional officers. And I have been privileged to be invited on more than one occasion to participate as a mentor in the Exodus Project with Rabbi Seth, and I see the deep and meaningful work that he is doing to break patterns of recidivism in the lives of those that he is privileged to touch. I've also invited him here to this campus where he sat right here when we did our Courageous Conversations series, and he helped us to understand the Jewish perspective on social justice and social change. And like always, he is a yes, a wholehearted yes to answering the call to bringing about a more just, inclusive, and fair society when leaders in our community are called upon. I have stood shoulder to shoulder with him as we have defended a community of open-heartedness and love. And I want you to know that when you're looking at Rabbi Seth, you're looking at someone who is deeply committed to walking the talk. So hear him with an open heart. Welcome to Unity of Sacramento, our beloved, my dear brother, friend, Rabbi Seth Castleman. Let's welcome him generously to Unity of Sacramento. Welcome, Rabbi Seth. I'm so glad you came.
Good morning. I didn't used to need glasses to see a sermon. What a wonderful welcome from a wonderful brother in the spiritual journey, Rev Kev. My wife and I actually met while she was at divinity school at Harvard, and I was in rabbinical school nearby. And I was, this was 2007, 2008, and I was working on the Barack Obama primary campaign, recruiting clergy to come on board with the campaign and putting together an advisory board of clergy for then Senator Obama. And I went to the church where my future wife was the student pastor, unbeknownst to me. And she came out. I went in on a Sunday morning, listened to the sermon. The pastor that I was looking for wasn't there that day. He was on vacation. Elizabeth was preaching. She came out afterwards into the foyer, and the narthex, I later learned it was called, and invited me to the coffee hour. And once she found out that I wasn't going to be recruited for her church because I was Jewish, she thought, well, maybe I can recruit him for my own life. And the rest, as they say, is history. One of the first times that I went into a prison was here in California, a women's prison in the Central Valley near Fresno, some 20 years ago. And I was going in to teach meditation and conflict resolution and life direction, spirituality and social service, and helping people find a direction for their lives. And one of the women that I met outside the classroom where I was going in to work with, about 40, 50 women of all ages, all races, all experiences, all backgrounds. She was outside having a cigarette and waiting for the workshop to begin. So I started just engaging with her and talking with her. And she said two things that were very profound. The first thing she said was, the more time you have in here, the less time you have to waste. She said, I'm doing life, so I've got no time to waste. How are you doing life? The second thing she said was, in here, you can become either an animal or a saint. It's going to push you. It's going to push you one way or the other, but really the choice is yours which way you go. So my talk this morning is about which way we're going to go with the time we have, the short time we have on this earth, and about how we cultivate our hearts and minds to move in the direction of the saint and not the animal. Because whatever one thinks about, this becomes the inclination of the mind. As the Buddha said, the mind is the forerunner of all things. So if we're spending our time thinking about old grudges and hurts and traumas and resentments and things that we missed and things that we want, then our heart and our life is going to be filled with longing, desperation, clinging, suffering. If we fill our lives with appreciation and gratitude, compassion and loving kindness, our life will be filled with abundance, with goodness. When I talk about loving kindness, I'm not talking about FM radio love. I'm not talking about something that you feel when you get the spark, when you see somebody and it's all tingly and all that. I'm talking about an unconditional love, like you read about your mission statement and your vision. And it's unconditional in the literal sense, meaning I love you not because you love me. Not I love you as long as you don't change. I love you because you accept me and you promise not to talk about those things that nobody else is supposed to know. I love you because you're part of my family. I love you because. Loving kindness is about making space for something other than me, my, and mine. And how much of our thoughts are really about me, my, and mine? Not so long ago, I was in Marin, California, giving a talk, and I saw a bumper sticker that was very appropriate. It said, I may not be much, but I'm all I think about. Loving kindness is about thinking about more than just ourselves. There's a story, a true story, about the Dalai Lama when he was in the Midwest doing a workshop, doing a conference, and at the end of the conference he was being escorted by his entourage from the hotel room out to go into the car to get to the airport so they could fly him back home to Dharamsala, India. And he stopped in the lobby. He says, no, we need to stop here for a minute. Can I speak to the manager? They thought, uh-oh, something must be wrong. And they brought the manager out, and he said, sir, thank you so much for all your service. Now, can you bring all your staff out? And they brought out the entire staff, from the people that wash the sheets and towels, to the people in the kitchen, to the people cleaning the rooms, to the bellhops. And the Dalai Lama shook every one of their hands and looked them right in the eyes and said, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And having spent a little time with him myself, I know firsthand that when you're in front of him, you are the most important thing in the world to him. That is a blessing. That is a gift. That is true loving kindness. The Buddha writes about loving kindness and describing it as the mother cow, and how she cares for the calf, or the human mother caring for a newborn baby. Now, it's not necessarily the parent that we had and the parenting that we had, but if we think about the archetypal parent and we think about what it is we we long for ourselves. That's what we give to each other. The archetypal love of a mother or a father for a newborn, looking into their eyes. And again, that may not be what you experienced. There's a wonderful, fairly recent collection of love poems for people with children by John Kenny. I want to read you one of his poems. It's called, "I'm Fully Aware That the Wheels on the Bus Go Round and Round." I get it. I know about the wheels and the horn and the babies. Everyone knows that. Here's something you might not know. The daddy on this bus is thinking, this is not what I signed up for. And maybe the driver on the bus is thinking the exact same thing. Maybe he looks over at the daddy and he doesn't go move on back. Maybe instead he nods and smiles. And the daddy nods and smiles, and the driver hits the gas and goes zoom, 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 so fast that the mommies on the bus say, Jesus almighty, slow down. And the driver screeches to a halt at the corner because he sees a sign for a bar called Open at 9 a.m., and he and the daddy get off the bus and go in. Call an Uber because this bus is out of service. Sing that verse, why don't you? Which is to say, relationships are hard. Love relationships, parenting relationships, family relationships, church relationships. Being human and relating to another human being is a challenge. And who's the hardest one to relate to? Myself. As my teacher and colleague and friend Jack Cornfield puts it, for many of us here in the West, half the spiritual path is learning simply to love yourself. Some 25 years ago, when I was a monk in Burma for a short period of time doing intensive meditation practice, I was having a hard time, and the abbot came out and he said, you see those caves around the monastery up in the mountains? There are monks and nuns up in those caves, and all they're doing is loving kindness practice. They're sending out loving kindness, and he put his finger right in my chest, to you. And more importantly, you deserve it. So don't squander the great gift of all the love that's out there in the world. When I came back from Asia, I went on to a meditation center in Western Massachusetts and did a long retreat there. And I continue to struggle with self-doubt and self-recrimination. I went in for an interview with Sharon Salzberg, one of the center's guiding teachers. In the little room above the meditation hall, she was waiting, resting a cup of tea on the armrest of her chair. She sat and smiled, not just with her lips, but her entire being. And she said, how's it going? I knew she'd asked that question 1,000 times to 1,000 different people, but somehow I really felt like she meant it. You see, 12 times that day I had practiced my report for my teacher in the silence as I sat and walked. I tried to make it sound impeccable yet humble, try to include the right progress, the spontaneity, the humor. But sitting there in the beam of her loving kindness, I was at a complete loss for words. I had entered the room looking for acceptance and acknowledgement, or if nothing else, at least somebody that would affirm that I was worthless. And yet here she was offering the love that I sought, not because I was funny, or I had good practice, or I had done my meditation well, or good looking, or kind, or mindfully slow when I sat down. She merely gave it to me because I was the person sitting in front of her. And I had never felt so recognized. In the Hebrew Torah, in the book of Leviticus, it says, love your neighbor as yourself. Or a more accurate translation, love your neighbor for they are none other than you. Love your neighbor for they are none other than you. The immigrant, the stranger, whomever it may be, however they may look, they are one and the same as you because we are all created in God's image. We are all part of one great being. Or as the great Irish poet W.B. Auden put it, love your crooked neighbor with all your crooked heart. Some of us, of course, are more naturally inclined to love. But as they say, the heart is a muscle. It needs to be exercised, and we can cultivate it. That's what our workshop this afternoon is going to be about, cultivating love in our hearts and minds. This is also the work of the Exodus Project, with mentoring, with housing, with employment for people coming out of prison and jail. And just to add a little plug before I tell one or two more stories before I end, Exodus is always looking for new mentors. We match women with women and men with men to work one-on-one with people coming out of jail and prison, to drive them to the DMV, to sit with them and have a cup of coffee and hear their plans and help them line their plans up and help them turn it into a reality. The intersection of poverty, mental illness, addiction, racism, so many factors that go into incarceration. And so much of the chance of not recidivating, of not going back, depends on having somebody there waiting for you. So I want you to look under your seats, and if you don't have a little red sticker on the floor under your seat, that means you've been selected to be one of the next Exodus Project mentors. We do an extensive training, and then it's a commitment of about 8 hours a month. You can talk to me afterwards if you're interested. What I found when I was working inside the prison with the women, and before that in the juvenile halls in New York City, was that they didn't care what I had learned. They didn't care if I knew how to meditate. They didn't care if I had a curriculum or a plan. They cared if I cared about them. The kids in juvie would sometimes take my meditation bowl and throw it. Once it even broke. They'd want to see if I'd come back the next week anyway. Would I laugh at their jokes? And really they wanted to know, could I hold my own pain? And could I hold theirs? Because for so many of these young people, they don't have anybody they can actually share it with who could hold their pain. One young woman, about 16 years old, said, if I let it out, my anger and pain, it would burn up everyone I loved. Nuh-uh, sister, said the woman next to her, the girl next to her. Mine would destroy the universe. About 10 years ago, my great-aunt Harriet passed away. She was 100 years old, and before her passing, she was the wisest, most beautiful woman I'd ever met. When I was about 2, she had a stroke. She fully recovered, except half of her face fell, so that when you looked at her, one half of her face was always smiling and her eye was sparkling at the joy in the world, while the other half was frowning, and there was always tears dripping out of her eyes if she was crying at the suffering in the world. She and I always had a close relationship since I was a child. She loved chocolate, and so did I. She loved me, and so did I. But when I moved out to California in my 20s, it had been a while since I had gotten back east, and I hadn't seen her in a while. And I went back for a conference for work and went to a family wedding. And I showed up at the wedding in some big hotel ballroom. I missed the actual ceremony, but came to the reception. And I walked in, and I was sort of nervous. I didn't really know too many people that were going to be there, and I didn't recognize anybody. And I thought maybe I was in the wrong ballroom. And then I spotted my great-aunt Harriet sitting in a chair next to her walker. I immediately felt like I was in the right place. So I went right over to her. She was sitting down having lunch, and I knelt down next to her, and I took her hand in mine, and I said quite loudly, because she had 2 hearing aids at least by that point, I said, Harriet, it's so good to see you. And her face just lit up. She stroked my hand. She said, oh dear, you look wonderful. It's so good to see you. What did you think of the wedding? it was beautiful, wasn't it? Oh, you look wonderful. And she stroked my cheek. She said, I'm so glad you're here. You made my day. And we talked for a while, and then I said, let me get some lunch, and I'll come and sit down next to you. She said, oh, that would be wonderful. And I start to stand up, and I just felt so loved. And as I stood up, she squeezed my hand and said, just the one thing, honey. Who are you? And I said, I'm Seth, your great nephew, Paul's son. Oh, yes. It's so good to see you. And as I went through the lunch line, I was a bit disconcerted, both by the fact that maybe she was starting to lose her mental faculties, but also the fact that it wasn't me that she was really loving. It was just whoever was right in front of her. By the time I got to the end of the lunch line, 3 other people hadn't recognized me either from my side of the family, and I realized that I just looked different, and she was really okay. And I also realized what a remarkable gift to make someone feel so loved, so seen. If only we could meet each person that way. And maybe we can. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy and safe. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be free. Thank you.
Anybody blessed? 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 Anybody blessed?
I'm blessed. So blessed. You know I'm blessed. So blessed. I have God's favor in every way. Showers of blessings every day.
I'm blessed. So blessed. I'm blessed. So blessed. I have God's favor in every way. Showered with blessings every day. I'm healed. So healed. I am healed. And so are you. So healed. blessed? Anybody 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 blessed? I'm blessed.
Unity under the direction of Redalia Kilson. And let's hear it for Chakra. And under the direction of Chet Schwalik. And how about that wonderful lesson from Rabbi Seth Castleman? Show him some loving kindness. Yes. Yes, and thank you, Carla, for that fantastic meditation. Give her a round of applause. Yes. Are you inspired? Are you inspired to be more loving, more kind in the world, to use God's love that God has given you, imbued you with for others, and to be with people genuinely and authentically? What a powerful lesson that we can take into the world, especially right now, yes? If indeed it has inspired you and you love the messages that are coming from this ministry, then we invite you to generously give to Unity of Sacramento. Whether you are in person today or you are live streaming with us somewhere in the world, there are many ways that you can give to this ministry, and we want to show you just a few of them right now. Visit our website at www.unityofsacramento.com. Right there at the top of the front page, you will see a donation button. Click there to visit our safe and secure push-pay portal. Another easy way to give is through our Unity of Sacramento app. Download the app on your smartphone or tablet, and on the front page, look toward the bottom of the page for your giving heart, which will also take you to our push-pay portal. You can also write us. Send your letters to Unity of Sacramento, 9249 Folsom Boulevard, Sacramento, California, 95826. So many people are shopping online, and if that's what you like to do, then support us through Amazon Smile. Visit smile.amazon.com and designate Unity of Sacramento as your charity of choice. You will automatically be making a contribution to our beloved community. And of course, you can always make your donation by using Venmo or Cash App, as seen on your screen. If you're here in person at our beloved campus and in our beautiful sanctuary, you will find envelopes that you can use in the caddies that are on your tables as you prepare your blessing, our tithes and your offerings and your gifts. And we want to bless you in a very special way for the way that you give, for your love and your generosity to Unity of Sacramento. And so we ask for your consciousness this morning as we know that divine love in and through each and every one of us blesses and multiplies all that we are, all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. We thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. Ushers, please come forward. as they collect the offering, you may want to whisper silently, is anybody blessed? Is anybody blessed? Come on. Anybody blessed? 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 Come on, point to yourself and sing along. Anybody blessed? 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 Feel that. Do you feel that? That's what you want to have happen to you as you drive home today. Stay in that question. Ooh. And then ask yourself how you can be a blessing to others as they come upon you, as you come upon them. Yes. Thank you. Well, guess what? You have a little bit of time today to go vote, and a little bit of time today to be with one another in a genuine and authentic way. You have a little bit of time today to come and shake Rabbi's hand today, and a little bit of time to find out more about loving kindness as he's offering us a wonderful workshop. Let's continue to work with ourselves so that we can be our best and highest selves for humanity. Please stand. Did you have a good time today? Wonderful, wonderful. Let's let our choir come up and let's prepare now to depart as forces of good in the world, as we know our benediction song, we all belong. Come on, everybody, together.
We all belong. We all belong. We all belong to the family of God. We all belong. We all belong. We all belong to God's infinite love. And together we'll walk hand in hand, side by side. We will take a stand. We will stand up for love all over the world, 'cause we all belong. We all belong. We all belong to the family of God. We belong.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Together we'll go, hearts and hands, everywhere we go. We will take a stand. We will stand up for love all over the world, 'cause we all belong. We all belong. We all belong to the family of God. We belong.
Be loved today. God bless you.
Anybody blessed? Anybody blessed? Anybody blessed? Anybody blessed? Anybody blessed?
Anybody Anybody blessed? 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 Anybody blessed?